I hope we have questions by now. The isomerism questions. In the morning, I discussed about the identifications, and now I'm going to discuss these questions. There are four structured essay questions. Maybe we'll discuss around 2 to 3 questions. Probably try to discuss everything, right? So, when it comes to organic structured essay, when it comes to a organic structured essay question, when it comes to organic structure is a question, there are two parts of it. There are two parts of it. The first one is the isomerism part. Isomerism part where they tell about there is a molecular formula they can see in this question on the other side. Right, there is a molecular formula, and then like C5H12O, it gives instant turbidity. Likewise, identifications and isomerism combined, the part A is there. And what happened to this? Oh my god. Right. The other one is the reactions part. The other one is the reactions part. The reactions part take කරන්නවාට ඕනේ. Let me remove this auto correction one, auto refine handwriting. There is the reaction part, there is isomerism part. The reaction part you can do by just studying the organic reactions. Conversions use for conversions you are using. So that one you can use in order to do the part B. Here you can see part B, reaction 1, reaction 2, reaction 3. They are using different reagents, and then we have to just fill in the boxes, right? Write the products, write the reagents. Likewise, there is a part B where most of the time there are reactions. Sometimes there could be a mechanism for you to draw. 2024 structured as equation, there was a mechanism with like ketones with HCN mechanism. They asked you to write it. So likewise, there can be mechanisms also in the structured essay question. So most priority is given for isomerism in this structured essay. How is it? Most priority is given for isomerism in this structured essay, right? Now people, let's do the first question. Let's do the first question. A, B, C, D. Now, this is how you do a question. Like, nobody else will teach this method. This is so easy, which I used in my A levels. I'm going to teach that method to you. First, what you have to do is you have to track the information. There is A, B, C, D. There are four compounds. Four optically inactive isomers of molecular formula C5H12O. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 5 carbon atoms in a chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C5H12O. So I have to count the number of hydrogens like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means there are hydrogens all over the carbon chain. That means it should be an alcohol actually. Like if you put hydrogen, 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 and then here OH. Still there's a hydrogen, but it is attached to oxygen and then attached to the carbon. So we don't need to draw all the hydrogens like this. I drew this because for you to identify that this is an alcohol. So now what you have to do is you have to draw the carbon chain, right? You have to draw the carbon chain like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that pen. This one, right? There are 5 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the OH is here. This is the first structure. I'm going to name it as 1. Sorry, this is the first structure. I'm going to name it as 1. Now, people, position isomers you learned. Position isomers, the OH, you can change positions and draw different isomers, right? So this is the first one. If I put the OH to here, that is the second structure. I'm going to draw it in the same structure. Number 2. The other one, if you put the OH here, then it's going to be the third structure. Very easy, very quick. Isomerism question you can do in like 10 minutes. You can do this isomerism question with this method. Now we change the carbon chain. Now these are all the position isomers which we can get for this carbon chain. Now what we're going to do is we are going to change the carbon chain. Like 4 carbons, then the other carbon we are going to attach here. Now we are moving the OH here, and that's the fourth structure. This is the fourth structure. Now, if we move the OH here, people, it's the same structure. This is the same structure. So that is not a isomer. Right? That is not an isomer. Then what we can do? we can move the OH here. That is another structure. That's the fifth one. If we move the OH here, that's going to be the sixth one. If we move the OH to here, that's going to be the seventh one. There we go. That's how you do an isomerism question. Then the next carbon chain, there's only one more carbon chain which we can draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all. And the OH we move to here. This is the eighth structure. And OH you can't move to anywhere else. You will get the same structure. Now, people, you have to read the question carefully. Now only you have to read the question. You have to cut off the parts which are like not tallying with the question and get the structures which can be achieved by reading this part. Now look at A, B, C, D are four optically inactive isomers of molecular formula C5H12O. They are optically inactive, right? So optically active ones, we can just remove them, right? Let's cut off the optically active ones. Okay, now first structure. First structure is optically inactive, right? So that one is fine. Second structure is optically active. Just imagine the OH is here, the hydrogen is here, and this CH3, CH2, CH2 part is on the left, and CH3 part is on the right. So we can remove the second structure. So second structure is not there. Then what about the third one? Third one is not a optically active one because CH, 2 carbons on the right and 2 carbons on the left. So that is not a chiral carbon. So third one can be an answer. What about the fourth one? Fourth one is an optically active නේද? Because fourth one කියන්නේ නිකන් මෙහෙම එකක්. CH2OH, CH3 and then hydrogen. This carbon is a this carbon is a chiral carbon. So therefore this fourth one is an optically active compound. What about fifth one? Fifth one is not optically active because there are two CH3 groups. What about the sixth one? Sixth one is optically active. Ne? Sixth one is optically active. You should be able to filter them out. Then sixth one is optically active, so we can remove the sixth one. What about the seventh one? Seventh one is not optically active, so you can have that. Then we move down. Eighth one is not optically active. So we have removed 3 answers now. We have removed second one, we have removed the fourth one, we have removed the sixth one by looking at the fact that they are not optically active. Right? They are optically inactive. All A, B, C, D are optically inactive. Now look, A gives an instant turbidity with anhydrous zinc chloride. It gives instant turbidity. Instant turbidity කවුද දෙන්නේ? Who's the compound who's giving instant turbidity? Who is it? Tertiary carbons, right? So tertiary carbon, we have to pick it up, right? Where is the tertiary carbon? Not 1, of course. Of course, 3 is like a secondary carbon. Fifth one, right? Fifth one. If the OH group moves here, it is a tertiary carbon. So now we know what is A, right? A is the fifth one. There you go. A is the fifth structure. This is how you do a structure question. Then next one, let's read. But B, C, D do not give. Oops, what happened there? But B, C, D do not give such an observation. B, C, D is not a tertiary carbon. So in the presence of PCC, B, C, D gives E, F, G. Okay. Now let me bring this down. Okay. They say BCD gives BCD after reacting with what? PCC gives what? EFG. How does BCD gives EFG? EFG respectively, which responds to failing. Failings kawuda react karane? Who is going to react with failings? Only one compound reacts with failing, right? Who is that? What is the compound who reacts with failings reagent? What is the compound who's going to react with failings reagent? Tell me. Come on, failings reagent. Morning knot. Look at it. Failings. Balan. Aldehydes. Yes, aldehyde. EFG all should be aldehydes, right? Products EFG respectively which responds to failing. So all of these are aldehydes. So that means what? That means that after oxidizing, it should form an aldehyde, not a ketone. Not a ketone. So to form a ketone, what should be the necessity? The OH should be attached to a secondary carbon, right? If the OH was attached to a secondary carbon, then it will give a ketone. This will give a ketone. If the OH was attached to a terminal carbon, like this, then it will give a aldehyde because it's PCC. Because it's PCC. Now, we can remove every secondary chain here. Every secondary alcohol we can remove. So the third one we can remove. Third one also we can remove. Third one is a secondary one. Seventh one is fine. Eighth one also fine. හරි. තව එකක් අයින් කරගත්තා. Now let's see. This is like you have to have a clear idea on what you are doing in this question. Otherwise, you're going to mess up. Why this is going to eat up your time. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ හරියට plan කරලා ලස්සන්ට අර වැඩේ අර it's like doing a it's like doing cooking, right? The cooking valadi you have to first like cut the beans and then put it into something and then like wash it and then there's a procedure, right? In this isomerism question also there's a procedure. First what you have to do is draw the structures and mark the position isomers, and then you read the question and then you cut off what is like extra. That is how you do the question. Because I have been struggling with isomerism question when the teacher taught in the class, and I found out this method on my own. හරිද? මේක මම කොහෙන්වත් ගත්ත එකක් නෙමෙයි. Like you can trust me. Like this question, this method of doing this isomerism question, I created myself, and then like this was so fast. Like this is so fast. That's the reason I went to this method, because no one else taught me once. Like the theory class which I went in my first batch, he drew all the structures. Can you believe me? He drew this carbon chain 3 times because there are 3 position isomers, and he told like this is not coming, this is not coming. That is how he did it. And then I was like, why are we even drawing 4 carbon chains? We can do it in 1 carbon chain by marking arrows. We can do it like this, like this. So that's the reason. Man, this is so fast. So please do it like this. Now, people, the next point they are telling is, in the presence of dilute sodium hydroxide, E and F gives condensation products and G does not give a condensation product. Okay, now aldehyde is formed. Aldehyde is formed. Aldehyde is formed. So let's say for an example like this. Now this guy can give a condensation product. You know what is condensation? Aldol condensation. Who cannot give an aldol condensation? If the aldehyde is attached to a carbon who has 3 carbon atoms bonded to it, this person cannot undergo what do you call condensation. So there's only one structure like that here. What is that? Here you go. This person will oxidize to form this one, PCC. With PCC it will oxidize to this one, and this guy cannot undergo aldol condensation. So G you found out. G කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? 8 structure. G is the 8 structure. And then you are left off with what do you call? දැන් 8 එක හරිනේ. 8 එක වැඩක් නෑ ආයේ. 5th එක හරි. 5th එක කියන්නේ A එකනේ. Like 5th one is A. Then you are left off with 2 structures. That is the first one and the 7th one. So I'm going to draw them separately. We have a problem with E and F නේ. හරිද? E and F. හරි. E එකටයි F එකටයි තියෙන පුළුවන් structures දෙකක් තියෙනවා. There are 2 structures which are possible. The first one is the first structure. So first structure is C C C C C 1 2 3 4 5 and OH. 5 carbons, right? Yes. Then the second one done, third one done, fourth one done, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one. Yes, seventh one. Seventh one is this. Yes, this structure. So these 2 structures are possible for E and F. And A and G we have found out. 5 and 8. A and G we have found out. The question is done, people. After this, you don't have to think much. You just have to write the questions. First one, they're asking, draw the structures of A and D in the boxes given below. Right. A and D in the boxes given below. So A, what is A? We found out A. A was the 5th structure, right? A was the 5th structure. So here you go. A is the 5th structure. CH3, CH2, C, OH, CH3, CH3. This is the A, right? This is A. And then G. G can the G එකෙන් එන්නේ D එකනේ. So D is going to be the eighth structure. CH3, C, OH. Sorry. OH me. Make it OH attach now. And here CH3. Here CH3. People, if you miss one hydrogen atom in this structure, you're going to get it as wrong. Just keep that in your mind. If you miss this hydrogen somehow, if you miss one of these hydrogens, that means you're going to get it wrong. Because these isomerism questions, they are very sensitive because like you have to draw the exact structure. Otherwise, it's not the correct structure. So instead, like if you drew one hydrogen less, that means it's another structure. So you have to be careful with that. Second one, draw possible structures for B and C in the boxes given below. They are asking possible structures. We filtered out, right? We got two structures for E and F. E and F කියන්නේ B and C. හරිද? B and C. E and F කියන්නේ B and C තමයි. හරිද? එතකොට these two structures you can draw. They are asking possible structures. So these two are possible. CH3, CH2, 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 OH. So 5 carbons. හරිද? Then make a අර මේ කලබලයට මේක කාබන් 6ක් එහෙම දාන්න යන්න එපා. හරිද? Don't put 6 carbons and draw a exam එකදී කරන ඒවා මං කියන්නේ. හරිද? Some people put 4 carbons and draw wrong. හරිද? මම papers mark කරනවානේ මං. When I was marking papers I found out. right? මෙතන carbon 4ක් දාලා ඇඳලා. හරිද? එහෙම කරනවා. So please don't do like that. The other structure possible CH3 C CH3 H CH2 CH2OH. There you go. Right. Now they are telling something to like distinguish in between B and C. Look at the third Roman number. B and C were first dehydrated using conc H2SO4. Hari, dehydrated. Let's draw separately for them after dehydrating. So here C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. OH. C. OH. Hari. First, concentrated H2SO4. Conc H2SO4. Hari. So when you put conc H2SO4, it will form an alkene. Hari, it will form an alkene. Like this. This one will also form an alkene. Then what do they say? Followed by reaction with hydrogen bromide, HBr. So HBr, Br will attach to the central carbon. Br will attach to the central carbon. Br will attach to the central carbon. And then what do they say? Afterwards, the products were reacted with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Alcoholic KOH. Alcoholic KOH can have the formation of what? An alkene again. Formation of alkene again. And the bond will form to the innermost site. So C, double bond C. Here C, double bond C. There you go. And then B forms a product H, which shows stereoisomerism. Hari. Afterwards, product alcoholic potassium hydroxide. B forms a compound. B forms H, which shows stereoisomerism. Hari. Out of this, one compound is showing stereoisomerism, the other one does not. Hari. B forms a product H, which shows stereoisomerism. Hari. Then මොකක්ද stereoisomerism කියන්නේ people? What is stereoisomerism? Stereoisomerism කියවහම there are two types. Let me go through that part briefly. Stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism are of two types. What are they? What are the two types of stereoisomers? Enantiomers and geometric isomerism, or we call them diastereomers. Diastereomers කියනවා geometric isomers කියලා කියනවා. Geometric isomers. හරි. enantiomers වලට අපි තව නමක් දෙනවා. මොනවද? optical isomers. Optical isomers. හරිද? එතකොට මේ these are the names given. Oh. In our syllabus, people, there's only one type of optical isomers we are going to learn. There are other optical isomers we don't have in the syllabus. We'll have only one type of optical isomer. Geometric isomers also, there are many others. We have only one of them. Sorry. මේකේ මේ geometric isomers කියලා කියන්නේ diastereomers are there. Under diastereomers, there is something called geometric isomers. Geometric isomers, or you call it cis trans isomers. Under diastereomers only you have these many types. We don't have these things in our syllabus. We have only this one type. We have only this one type of both. So they are saying about stereoisomers. So stereoisomers කිව්වහම මේ cis trans isomerism වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Optical isomerism වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Right. So this guy, let me draw this. Okay, who shows geometric isomerism? Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? Come on. Who shows geometric isomerism? Come on, everyone. Sanduni. Yes, you told left. Wait, people, may screen එක lock වුණා. May don't message me the other number, message the host, okay? හරි. Sanduni left නෙමෙයි right. Sorry. Sanduni is correct. Other people are wrong. I asked you who shows geometric isomerism? Sachini and Hana Irfan. The right one contains two same CH3 groups. Sanduni, you're correct. This is correct. This is wrong. The one who is on the right side does not show geometric isomerism. Why? Because it contains the same CH3 group on one side. And the correct answer is the left one. So they say B forms such compound. So B is going to be, now we have to trace back. This one came from this one. 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 So this is B. So let's draw it. CH3, CH2, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Draw the structure of H formed by B in 3 above. Draw the structure of H. මේකනේ here කියන්නේ. B එකෙන් එන්නේ මේකනේ, right? So let's draw that. CH3, CH2. Okay, fifth one. Which isomerism is shown by H? Okay, H එක show කරන්නේ මොන isomerism? Now I told you, you can write either diastereomerism Sorry, diastereomerism නෙමෙයි මේ geometric isomerism. If you write diastereomerism, you're wrong because diastereomerism are of many types. එතකොට ඔයා හරියටම ලියනවා නම් ලියන්න ඕනේ මොකද්ද? Geometric isomers කියලා. Geometric isomers, or you can write cis trans isomers. හරි, cis trans isomerism. Write the IUPAC name of H. හරි. IUPAC names වලට මම session එකක් කරලා තියෙනවා. මම ඒකේ link එක දාන්නම් පස්සේ. හරි, දැන් මම මේ nomenclature කරන්නේ අර acidity variation ඒ ටික ඔක්කොම කරලා තමයි discuss කරන්නේ. මේ write the IUPAC name of H. ඒතර H කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? මෙයානේ. මෙයානේ. This is H නේ. එතකොට let's draw the carbon chain. This is the carbon chain. හරිද? Right. So when we number it, we have to mark from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why are we marking from this side? You can check that video. I have done it. I have taught it. එතකොට මේක දැන් පොඩක් කලින් මේක මම කියලා දීලා නැහැ. උනට මේ question එකේ තියෙනවා. I'll write the answer for this. You don't have to worry about it much. මේකෙන් අනිවාර්යෙන් MCQ එකක් එනවා මේ organic nomenclature. There's a definite MCQ in the A-level paper. So definitely watch that. Right. එතකොට මේක 1 2 3 4 5 නේ. 5 කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? meth, eth, prop, but, pent. හරිද? මේක ලියන්න පුළුවන් pent. ඊට පස්සේ dash එකක් දාලා 2 in. pent 2 in. You can write it as pent 2 in, or you can write it as 2 pentene. 2 pentene කියලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Right. ඊළඟ එක draw the structures of Q, R, S and T. මේක මම වැඩි කරන්න යන්නේ නෑ people because this is a conversion. හරිද? This is a conversion. මම isomerism ටිකක විතරක් කරන්නම් මේ session එකේදී. Let's go for the second structureless equation because that is the most important part. නේ මේ reactions ලියන්න පුළුවන් නේ. හරිද? Look at the second question. Second question, P, Q, R and S are four ester isomers. This is a little bit complex. Make what a complex question එකක්. There's a lot to learn here. හරිද? මේ වගේ question එකක් එන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකයි දුන්නේ. හරිද? P, Q, R and S are four ester isomers which have molecular formula C4H8O2. C4 1 2 3 4 H8 ඒ කියන්නේ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8යිනේ. හා ඒතකොට මේක ester එකන්නේ people. This is an ester. You know esters are like this. Esters are like this. හරි? Esters are like this. ඔහොම එකක් නේ esters. There are 4 carbons and then 1 hydrogen 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. හරි. මේ වගේ structure එකක් තමයි එන්නේ. අඳින්න පුළුවන් ඔක්කොම structures ටික 4යි පුළුවන්. There is maximum 4 structures only for this. Let's draw and see. on තව එකක් ඊට පස්සේ හරි people can you tell me මෙතන පොඩි වැරද්දක් මෙතෙන්ට hydrogen එන්නේ sorry yeah this is cool and there's only one more structure let's see. Now I'm going to highlight this part so that it is visible to you. And now this has moved here. Now it has moved here. Where else can we move it? We can move the carbon to this carbon to this place we can move, right? Because this is not a structure. Then මම මේක මේ පැත්තට ගත්තොත් එකක් ඔයාලට එන්නේ මේ වගේ structure එකක්. This is carboxylic acid. This is wrong. This is carboxylic acid. Make a carboxylic acid. You can't draw this as a ester. Make a carboxylic acid. That's not possible. So the only possible way to draw another structure is by putting this carbon to here. Here නෙමෙයි මේ මෙතෙන්ට. හරිද? put that carbon to another place like this. Hari. So these are the four structures which can be drawn for this compound. Make a හදාගන්න බැරුණා people. The person who gets even 75 marks for papers, he failed to do this question because he didn't know that this was an ester and this also was an ester. He only got two structures and he was asking, yeah, this might be a printing mistake or something. Like there's only, I'm getting only two structures, whereas the other two. That's not a printing mistake. This is an ester because like carbon is attached to hydrogen. Doesn't mean it's not an ester. This is an ester. The presence of this group is what makes an ester. This is an ester, this is also ester, this is also ester, this is also ester. Everything are esters. Hari. Compound P gives X and Y when reacted with dilute HCl. Hari. Let's say P reacts, compound P gives X and Y when reacted with dilute HCl. Hari. Dilute HCl දැම්මම මේක dissociate වෙනවා compounds දෙකකට. X and Y වලට කැඩෙනවා. When it reacted with dilute HCl, compound Q gives compound P gives X and Y when it reacts with dilute HCl. Compound Q gives X and Z. Okay. Q gives X and Z by the same reaction of dilute HCl. P දෙනවා X and Y, Q දෙනවා X and Z. Okay. The product obtained by, first of all, let me tell you the reaction of esters with dilute HCl. Reaction of esters with dilute HCl. People, when you add an HCl into this, what will happen is it will dissociate from this place. You are going to get CH3COOH and then CH3OH. Alcohol එකයි carboxylic acid එකයි තමයි හම්බෙන්නේ. හරිද? Alcohol එකයි carboxylic acid එකයි තමයි හම්බෙන්නේ. It's an alcohol. This is a carboxylic acid. So when you put HCl, what happens is it will dissociate into two compounds like this. Okay. The product obtained by the reaction of Y, and what is this? C5H, what the hell is that? That is PCC, people. You might not know it, but certain class notes have given it like that. So that is the reason I gave this question. You might not know this. Question. This is called PCC. The PCC wala structure the first day you knew it. Product obtained by the reaction of Y and PCC does PCC. Sorry. Oh my god, this is not PCC. Gives a silver mirror upon heating with yes, PCC තමයි. පිස්සු හරිද PCC තමයි. I saw it like silver mirror එක දෙනවා මේ. හරි okay, that is PCC. So product obtained by reaction of Y with PCC does not provide a silver mirror. හරි. දැන් මේ Y එක තියෙන්නේ. Y reacting with PCC does not give a silver mirror. So that means this is not aldehyde. This is not aldehyde. Okay. It gives a plant originated acidic compound which is used as a food preservative by hydrolysis of R. P, Q, R and S. එතකොට R එක P එකට දුන්නා, Q එකට දුන්නා, R එකට hydrolyze කරාම හැදෙනවලු මේ food preservative එකක්. You know this. What is that? People, vinegar. You know vinegar, acetic acid. What is acetic acid? Acetic acid is this CH3, CH2. This is acetic acid. Right? This is acetic acid. So this one should be obtained by R. Now let's filter things out. Okay. Now let's filter things out. Hari. Acetic acid then hydrolyze කරාම කවුද? Well, This compound will not give. Let's write the hydrolysis reactions of each. Hydrolysis reactions of each, let's write. When you hydrolyze this one, you're going to get CH3, CH2, CH2OH. And this will not give a carboxylic acid, people. එහෙම carboxylic acids නැහැ, unstable. Like මේ වගේ carboxylic acids නැහැ. මේක existent නැහැ. This will convert to carbon dioxide. හරි, this will convert to carbon dioxide plus CO2. මේක, this will give CH3, this will give acetic acid. This will give acetic acid plus CH3, CH2OH. Okay, CH3, CH2OH, because it will hydrolyze from this place. The next one, this person will give CH3OH, methanol, and CH3, CH2COH. This one will give again carbon dioxide plus CH3COH, CH3. Okay, now let's see. Compound X and Y, when it reacts with diluted HCl, gives compound Q. Now you can see P gives X and Y, Q gives X and Z. Hurry, P and Q should give same compound. P and Q should give same compound. Let's look into that. Okay, same compound in මොනවද මෙතන? What are the examples of same compound? This is methanol. It is not repeated anywhere. Well, this carbon dioxide is repeated. This carbon dioxide is repeated. You know that this one is confirmed. This second one is confirmed. I'm going to take that out. This second one is confirmed. I'm going to take that out. This question is a tough question if you don't know. මේක පොඩ්ඩක් අර tough question එක. මේක අර මේ class එකේ අනිත් ළමයි කරේ නැහැ. Because they didn't know the other ester, and some people, even if they know the ester, they couldn't continue this question because they wasted so much time in finding that ester. එතකොට මේක හොයාගත්තා. What is this? This is R. This is R. හරිද? R එක හරි. එතකොට තියෙන්නේ මොනවද? P, Q and S. හරි, P, Q and S තමයි තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට P and Q තමයි ඔය dissociate වෙලා ඔය මේ වැඩේ කරන්නේ P and Q. හරිද? It gives X and Y නේ. X and Y. එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන් මෙන්න මේ දෙන්න වෙන්න ඕනේ. They are talking about this one and then this one. Okay? They're talking about those two. Right. Then what? Then they are saying after reacting with PCC, product obtained by the reaction of Y. Y with PCC. Okay, they are talking about this one. They're talking about this one. You can see, right? This one only they are talking about. They will oxidize this by PCC. You will get a ketone, not an aldehyde. You will get a ketone and not an aldehyde. So this will not, what do you call? This will not give a silometer with, what do you call? AgNO3 ammonia. This will not give a silometer with AgNO3 ammonia. Why? Because it's a ketone and not an aldehyde. It's a ketone and not an aldehyde. So you got your answer. You got your answer. Y කියන්නේ මේක. ඒතර Y වලින් පිටිපස්සට trace back කරොත් P කියන්නේ මෙයා. I found out P now. This is P. This is P. This is P. P hari, R hari. Then the other one, this one should be Q then. Because P and Q only hydrolyzed. Right? Because it gives the same compound X. And after that, PQR. R එක හරි. And S. S is this one. S is this one. Oh, there you go. That is how you identify the compounds. Let's draw then. Compound P. And then people, you can draw, look at this and complete the boxes. I boxes අඳින්න යන්නේ තේරුමක් නෑනේ ඒක. හරිද? එතකොට මේ you can look at this. Where is it? This is Q. This is Q. This is S. This is P, and then this is R. මම මේක recording එක දෙන්නම් for you people. You can look at it carefully and draw the structures. එක්කම ලියන්නම්කෝ. It's easy for me if I drew it නේ. Let's draw it. Okay. First of all, P. CH3, CH3, hydrogen, oxygen, C double bond oxygen, hydrogen. That is that. PQ, CH3, CH2, CH2, O, C double bond oxygen, hydrogen. R. R is this CH3, CH2, O, C double bond oxygen, H3. Then S is this CH3, O, C double bond oxygen, CH2, CH3. So there you go, P, Q, R, and S. What is X then? X is formed by P, ne? X is formed by hydrolysis of P. It will give a, what do you call? Carbon dioxide. X is carbon dioxide, CO2. අපි මේකේ structures නේ අඳින්න කියන්නේ. So let's draw the structure of carbon dioxide. කෝකටත් හොඳයි නේ මන්දාමනේ. We can draw it like this. හරි. Then Y. Y is formed by what? That is also formed by P. So that is the, what do you call, the, මේකනේ, secondary alcohol. Z means, Z is formed by Q. Z is formed by Q, that is CH3, CH2, CH2OH. Sorry, there you go. That's the next one. Then the second one suggests another method to distinguish between Z and Y. Okay, another method to distinguish Z and Y. They have given what? They haven't given anything related to Lucas test, right? Okay, you can write Lucas test here. Another method Hama, you better write the method and then write the observations also. Like they have given 4 lines to write answers, so you can use all the 4 lines. අර ගොඩක් ලිව්ව කියලා අපරාධයක් නැහැ. හරිද? You can write everything. You can write like this. හරි? Addition of zinc chloride, anhydrous zinc chloride නේ. Addition of anhydrous zinc chloride. Addition of anhydrous zinc chloride, conc HCl, හරිද? To solutions of Z and Y. ඊට පස්සේ ලියන්න Z gives, Z does not give turbidity කියලා ලියවන හරිනේ. Gives turbidity after 2 days 3 days කියලා ලියන්න එපා. Z does not give a turbidity. Does not give white turbidity, and Y will give white turbidity after minutes. Hari? Oh my god, this is the reason I bought the iPad. This is so easy. Other than writing on the board to discuss questions and all, it's like so easy for me. And I don't have to set up my cameras and stuff. I don't have to wear a new cloth to the class. Like, ගෙදර ඇඳුමින් class කරන්න බෑනේ. You know that, නේ? Like, I don't need to wear all those stuff. Like, for discussing questions, I can do this here. Like, theory part, I'm going to do it on the board. උදේ අර session එක කරේ because like it was easy for me to do it like this because it was a short session, 1 hour session. That's why I did it in the iPad. May it's so easy for me. Like, I can write now. This is not for, like, I didn't buy this for my fanciness. I bought this for, like, this is an investment. I'm doing a business here. I'm doing a business. I'm giving you education and you're paying me back. So this is a business. And what I did is I invested on this business. I invested some money into this, and then now it makes my business easier, right? It makes my business easy. It's like it's like you're doing a bakery business. It's like you're doing a bakery business, and you need to buy a lorry for it because it's easy to transport your bakery products, right? You should buy a lorry, and then it will make your, what do you call, efficiency higher, right? That is something which you need to think about in future and not now. Okay. It's an investment. It's not to, like, not to show. It's show off, a little bit show off. I know that. It's like I bought it from my own money, and we don't have a lot of money. Like, our family, it's like we are very middle class, and then we don't have much money. Like, I bought my own things after A levels. I never took even 1 rupee from my home after my A levels. I finished A levels in January this year. From that time onwards, I didn't take a single cent from my home. I earned my money, and then I bought the things I like. I ate the food I like. I ordered the things I like. So I did my own stuff, and I didn't take a single cent from my home. And I'm proud to say that. Right. Then third one, draw the structure of the product in the box below of the reaction between acid and acidic KMnO4. acid කියන්නේ මෙයානේ. acidic KMnO4 එක react කරාම oxidize වෙනවා. So CH3, CH2, C. There you go. This is a carboxylic acid. Write the IUPAC name of the compound. I hope they are referring to this compound. Right? I hope they're referring to this compound. So this is 1, 2, 3. Meth prop. This is propanoic acid. This is propanoic acid. There you go. Write this down quickly. Take a screenshot if you want. Can I move on to the next question, people? Right. Let's move on then. Okay, next question. A, B, C are 3 position isomers with molecular formula C5H13N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. H13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's an amine. So NH2 group is attached. Now what you do? This is the first structure. Okay. Second structure. Third structure. You draw the next carbon chain. Easy. Hurry. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fourth structure. You move the NH2 group here. That's the fifth structure. You move the NH2 group here. That's the sixth structure. You draw the next carbon chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. NH2. That's the eighth Oops, did I miss one? This is the eighth one, and then here to here is the seventh one. Hi, there you go. Only B exhibits optical isomerism. Now select the optical isomers out of this very carefully. You have to take a highlight. In the exam, you can bring highlighters to the. Hear me, people? Did you hear me? Like I talked about highlighters. Like, did you hear me? The thing I talked about highlighters, something, did you hear that? Because I noticed that. Right, you can hear me now, right? Thank you. I was like, I didn't hear myself. That's why I asked, did you hear me? Okay, then let's continue. Are you there? Everyone, please type yes to me. If you have just left your screen. Anyone? Everyone there? Sanduni, okay. Anna, Irfan, Hasini, okay, fine. Let's discuss the rest. So I have drawn the structures for this compound C5H13N. Only B exhibits optical isomerism, right? Let's now choose the optical isomers. In the exam, what I was telling is like you can use highlighters, but don't bring tipex. Again, exam paper, writing paper highlight කරන්න යන්න එපා. But you can highlight the question paper. Question paper කියන rough worksheet එක highlight කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ අර essay paper එක highlight කරන්න පුළුවන්. essay paper එක highlight කරන්න, but structure essay එක highlight කරන්න යන්න එපා. හරිද? Don't highlight the structure essay. Highlight only the essay or the MCQ paper. හරිද? මේ දෙක ඔයා ගෙදරනේ අරන් ඉන්නේ. You're going to take this home. Don't take this one home. හරිද? මේක ගෙදර අරන් ඉන්න එපා. Like you're done. හරිද? Because the structure essay එකනේ ලියන්නේ. හරිද? මේක ගෙදර අරන් ඉන්න එපා. එතකොට මේ MCQ and the essay paper you can highlight and write. Okay, right. Then let's choose the what you call optical isomers. Let's choose the optical isomers. Okay, first one is not an optical isomer. Second one is an optical isomer. So I'll color this one with yellow color. Third one is not an optical isomer. Fourth one is not an fourth one is an optical isomer. Fifth one is not an optical isomer. Seventh one is an optical isomer. Eighth one is not an optical isomer. So three optical isomers are present. All three are possible structures for B. Reaction of A, B, C with NaNO2 dilute HCl. Reaction of A, B, C. Then මෙතන A, B, C කියලා තුනයි තියෙන්නේ. Let's write it. A, B, C. A, B, C කියලා තුනයි තියෙන්නේ. A, B, C are three position isomers. Keep that in your mind. People, they are position isomers. Position isomers කියන්නේ they have the same carbon chain. මේ ඔක්කොම position isomers. කියන්නේ මේකේ position isomers තමයි මේ 4, 5, 6 කියන්නේ. හරිද? 4, 5, 6 කියන්නේ මේකේ position isomers. මේ carbon chain එකේ position isomers. The position isomers are the places where the NH2 can go in the same carbon chain. Now that means we can eliminate the eighth one. Eighth one will never be a structure. And they say, look at this. A, B, C are three position isomers. Only B exhibits optical isomerism. Only B exhibits optical isomerism. So here there are two structures which shows optical isomerism. Right? There are two structures which shows optical isomerism, and there are two structures which does not show optical isomerism. එතකොට B මේ දෙකෙන් ඕන එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? And the other one definitely is not optical isomer. The other one should be 5 and 6 then. හරිද? ඒතර මේක වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. මේකෙත් මෙයා B වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? මෙයා අනිත් එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ A and C වෙන්න පුළුවන් අනිත් එක. හරිද? Right. So let's leave it like this. Let's read the question. Reaction of ABC with NaNO2 dilute HCl. Okay, NaNO2 dilute HCl. NaNO2 dilute HCl. NaNO2 dilute HCl for ABC will give DEF. දන්නවනේ මේක alcohols නේ එන්නේ. මේවා NH2 amines නේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර මේවා alcohols. These are alcohols. Upon addition of H plus KMnO4 separately, no color change was observed with D. I told you H plus KMnO4 in the morning. H plus KMnO4 වලට oxidize වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් it should be a ketone, right? Sorry, ketone නෙමෙයි මොකද්ද මේ tertiary alcohol, right? It should be a tertiary alcohol if it doesn't oxidize. Something like this. It should be a tertiary alcohol definitely. Otherwise, like it will oxidize. They say it doesn't oxidize. If it doesn't oxidize, then it should be a tertiary alcohol. It should be a tertiary alcohol. එහෙම ගත්තහම people, definitely it should be number 5, right? It can't be these structures then, because it will only form secondary. ඒ එකක්වත් වෙන්න බෑ. You can't have them. You should have only 4, You have to only you only have to have, sorry, you only have to have 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? 4, 5, 6, and 7 only the structures which you have to obtain. And among them, fifth one definitely should be D, right? This is the fifth one then. A is going to be the fifth one, right? A is going to be the fifth one. Let me draw the structure above it. This is going to be A. Just have you filter the question and do it very quickly as possible. Like other people, they draw all the structures possible. They think the question in their head. People, some people are there. They are like are gifted people. They can think all of this question in the head, and within like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, around 3 minutes, they can decide all the structures. I had friends, some friends like that. One person was like District 20 or something in Kandy. The other person was District 40 something. Both of them were like looking at this question, and then like after 4 minutes and all, they have come up with all the structures without any rough work. Without any rough work, they have come up with the structures. They're like so bright. It's like gifted people. You guys are not gifted, I guess. I don't be discouraged. I am also not gifted. That is, the gifted people are different. Those people we can't compete. It's like we have to work so hard in order to compete with them. Your target is not catching the gifted people. Your target is like getting A for chemistry, and then this method will help you to reach that and do the isomerism question perfectly. Then so fifth one is going to be that. Fifth one is going to be that. So fifth one is A. එතකොට NH2 group එකට attach වෙන්නේ මෙතන. හරිද? NH2 group එකට attach වෙන්නේ මෙතන. හරි. B and C ඒතර අනිත්‍ය වෙන්න ඕනේ. B and C වලට ඉතුරු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මොනවද? දැන් fifth one is not there. That means there is 4, 7 and 6. Okay, 4, 7 and 6. Let's read it. Compounds D, E, F. Upon addition of H plus came in of a separated D, E, F, no color change of separately, but with E and F, purple color came in of became colors as the compounds G and H were formed, making G and H. When the compound G and H were reacted with NaOH, the compounds I and J were formed. Okay, compounds I and J were formed. I and J were formed. Okay. So they should undergo aldol condensation. Neither. They should undergo aldol condensation. Okay. So people, you guys can think of something. If you are like good at this, then you will notice something. Okay, fifth one is removed. Okay, fifth one is removed. So what is remaining? Fourth one is remaining. Seventh one is remaining. Sixth one is remaining. Out of them people, they say E and F are formed. Okay, E and F are formed. And they will undergo reaction with sodium hydroxide. They will undergo reaction with sodium hydroxide forming I and J. Can you filter out? Can you filter out in between? What do you call in between? May I and J can මොකද්ද කවුද කියලා කොහොමද හොයාගන්නේ? Let me draw those three structures below. හරිද මම මේක පල්ලෙහාට ගන්නම්. Because I had to scroll up always. I'll take this down. Hari, this is the structure which you have now. Fifth one is removed. Okay. Fifth one is removed. I'll erase the fifth one. Hari, I'll erase the fifth one. Fifth one is removed. Okay, fourth one is there. Fourth one again මොනවද එන්නේ? First they will react it, dilute NaO to dilute HCl, and then this will become an alcohol, and then alcohol will oxidize to H plus KMnO4 forming carboxylic acid. මෙතන හැදෙන්නේ carboxylic acid එකක්. හරිද? මෙතන හැදෙන්නේ carboxylic acid එකක්. Oh my god, low battery, 10%. Let's do this question quickly. I don't have a plug nearby to charge. That's the reason again මට මගේ පිටිපස්සේ තියෙන charger එක, and the charger is not long enough. Then okay, then the seventh one is optically active people. එතකොට ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? J එකට. J එකට මොකක්ද ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ? Only sixth one, right? Sixth one is going to be J then. Sixth one is going to be J. I thought ඒකේ carboxylic acid and for many people. You guys might be thinking like they are intending to tell that aldol condensation is carrying out or ketol condensation is carrying out. ඒතකොට එහෙම වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. That also can be possible, but the thing is it can react with sodium hydroxide to do an acid-base reaction also. I'll show it later. To do an acid-base reaction also, it's possible. So this is 6. එතකොට C කියන්නේ 6. C කියන්නේ 6. එතකොට B කියන්නේ කවුද? Okay, let's see. Let's read the question from the beginning first. A, B, C are three position isomers with molecular formula, blah, blah, blah. Only B exhibits optical isomerism. Hari, there are two optical isomers here. There are two optical isomers here. Fourth one is there, and then seventh one is there. Right? Fourth one is there, and the seventh one is there. Reactions of A, B, C with Na-NO2 direct 10 degrees Celsius forms D, E, and F. Upon addition of H plus KMNO4, no color change was observed with D, but E and F. The purple color of the KMNO4 became colorless, forming compounds G and H. Okay. G and H were formed from E and F respectively. When the compounds G and H were reacted with sodium hydroxide aqueous, compounds I and J were formed. There is no method to like distinguish in between 4 and 7, right? Because 4 is an optical isomer. 4 is an optical isomer that's clearly visible. 7 is also an optical isomer. Right? 7 is also optical isomer. පේනවනේ CH3, C, NH2, hydrogen, carbon, carbon, CH3, CH3. This is a chiral carbon, and that's an optical isomer. Fourth one is also an optical isomer, people. CH3, CH2, C, CH3, NH2. This is also chiral carbon. This is also chiral carbon, and that one also shows optical isomerism. That's the thing I was looking. J is okay. A and C is okay. The problem is in between these two. The thing is like it will react with sodium hydroxide aqueous, like aldol, ketol condensation can carry out. Mm-hmm. There are 1, 2, 3. I missed the carbon here. Anyways, it's still an optical isomer. This is still optical isomer. Yeah, then that's how we should go with it. There is no other method to distinguish in between them. Let's read the question again. A, B, C are three position isomers with the molecular formula C5H13N. Okay, only B exhibits optical isomerism. They are position isomers. If they are position isomers, people, they should be within the same compound. The fifth one එක මෙයානේ. Fifth one එක NH2 group should be here. That one we filtered out. And then for compound A and C, we found out C. C is the sixth one. හරි C එක sixth one ඒකත් අයින් කරානේ. That one also we found fifth one එකත් හරිනේ. Then 4 and 7 is remaining. When compounds G and H were reacted with sodium hydroxide aqueous, compounds I and J were formed. They haven't given any information regarding I and J, right? Let's write the things which we know, and I hope they should give marks for both the questions. Again, දෙකටම answers දෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද there is no method to like distinguish in between I and J. If you have any ideas, please let me know. According to what I saw in this occasion, there is no other way. Why can't I draw on this now? No, okay. Draw the structures of A, B, C, D. A we found CH3, CH2, C. NH2, CH3, CH3. B we have to find out because it's impossible to find because there are two structures possible. Let's leave it like that. C we found out that's the sixth structure. Sixth structure කියන්නේ මේක CnH2 CH2 CH2 CH CH3 CH3. There you go. Compound C. Then compound H. H එක එන්නේ මොකෙන්ද? H එක එන්නේ G and H මේකනේ. This is H. H is coming from C. That's the sixth one. So it comes after reacting with NaNO2 diluted HCl, and then this becomes an alcohol. This becomes an alcohol, and then after that it reacts with KMnO for forming carboxylic acid. So let me draw it like this. OH, CH2CH, CH3, CH3. There you go. Then compound G. Compound G is formed from B. That's the thing. D is formed from A. So H plus KMnO4. No, NaNO2 diluted HCl. CH2OH, CH3, CH3. Compound I and compound J. Compound J we found out J should be NaOH එක්කනේ react කරන්නේ. And this is a carboxylic acid. So O minus Na plus CH2 CH CH3 CH3. Because carboxylic acid will react with sodium hydroxide. That's the thing. Carboxylic acid will react with sodium hydroxide. Okay. Looks like we have to go for two answers for B. They're asking write a chemical test to distinguish in between compounds G and H. H එක මොකද්ද people? H is this carboxylic acid නේ. H is carboxylic acid. People, if the other one was also a carboxylic acid, then we have no method to distinguish. එතකොට මේ last Roman number එක බලලා we can say that this should not be a carboxylic acid. It is not a carboxylic acid because like we can't distinguish in between two carboxylic acids. It's not possible. So definitely it should be the seventh one then. Then we found out that B is the seventh one. The reason is that somewhere below you had like distinguish in between G and H. The G and H form when B and C. So if both of them are carboxylic acid, then it's a problem. And G should be a ketone. G should be a ketone and H should be a carboxylic acid. Hare. That means B is the seventh structure. CH3, CnH2, hydrogen, CH, CH, wait, seventh one, CH3, CnH2, CH, CH3, CH3. Okay. Then compound G is formed. The ketone. Compound J is formed by H after reacting with මං I එකට දාලා තියෙන්නේ. Oh my god. I had to shift this then. This one is here. Compound I should be I කියන්නේ මෙතන. So it is formed from G. So it is a aldol condensation. Sorry, aldol ketol condensation. So CH3C OH, CH, CH3, CH3, C, CH3, CH3, C, double bond oxygen, CH3. Sorry, that's it. Then second one, draw the structure of the product formed by D and H. D and H with conc H2SO4. එතනත් පොඩි අවුලක් තියෙනවානේ. Draw the structure of the product formed by reaction of D and H. Combination of product නේද? හරි මේ දෙක එකතු කරලා. එතකොට esterification වෙන්නේ. You know this නේ? Ester එකක් form වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? alcohol එකයි. Look at the note people, we have discussed this in the note. Alcohol plus carboxylic. Alcohol plus carboxylic in the presence of conc H2SO4. This is a reversible reaction. This is a reversible reaction that is occurring, 5% battery remaining. Right? That means we have to form an ester then. We have to form an ester. So let me draw the carboxylic first. CH3, CH, CH3, CH2, C, O. And then we move on to D. Carbon, CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3. Hurry. Try a chemical test to distinguish in between G and H. So G මොකක්ද? G is a ketone. G is a ketone and then H is a carboxylic. How do you distinguish in between these two? How do you distinguish in between these two? We can add sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate will react with carboxylic. We are going to discuss this point under acidity variation. Sodium carbonate will react with carboxylic acid by evolution of carbon dioxide. මම මේක identifications වල දුන්නේ නැත්තේ because you have to learn this under acidity variation. Acidity variation වල අපි දානවා sodium දානවා, sodium hydroxide දානවා. We are adding sodium carbonate also. So we are looking at the different variations in between these three. Which compounds react with sodium, which compounds react with sodium hydroxide, which compounds react with sodium carbonate. So මේ වගේ observations වෙනස්. මේකේ hydrogen evolving, make it hydrogen evolving, make it carbon dioxide evolving. So you can write reaction of sodium carbonate with G and H separately. With G and H separately. Who is J now? J is carboxylic acid. H is going to be, H is carboxylic acid. H will react evolving a gas, people. You can't write evolving carbon dioxide. You're not Superman to identify carbon dioxide. So you have to tell like a gas is evolved. Evolving a gas. And G will not evolve any gases. There you go. The reactions you can write, reactions you can write. May question එක මම ඊළඟට කරන්න නේද people. I'll do this question in the next day, fourth one එක part B එකත් එක්ක තියෙන්නේ. Reactions part complete can people. The third structure essay and the first structure essay part B you have to complete on your own. After that the fourth, there are two, fourth and fifth ned. Fourth and fifth කියලා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. දෙකම කරන්න ඕනේ. Let's do them later. Okay then people, you can leave the meeting. Thank you for joining. So yeah, thank you for joining. Good night and then yeah, okay, bye. You're welcome.